Hello and welcome back to Flight Sim World. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. Continuing on from the last episode, which was a continuation on from the previous episodes, which was a continuation on from the previous episode. We are in the Spanish Job DLC, currently flying towards Cardiff, across or towards Brecon. These are the Brecon Hills, or the Brecon Mountains, whatever you want to call them. So we are headed towards that. There is an RAF airspace somewhere around here, I think towards our... In fact, no, we're about to enter RAF airspace, I believe. Looking at the map ahead of us, that might not be RAF airspace. That is RAF airspace, though. I'm pretty sure about it. That may be Cardiff airspace. So it's not going to be too long a video this time out, but we're going to see exactly what we can do. There are some breaks in the clouds, looking pretty good. The edges of the clouds aren't brilliant, so that's one thing that they do need to improve. But generally, the clouds look really, really nice, and actually it's impressive. The weather is impressive in this, so I have so far enjoyed flying in this Spanish job. First of all, flying across the Irish Sea towards wherever we were flying. Let's just straighten that up. Towards Welshpool from, what is it, Newtownland, whatever it is. So from there over to Welshpool, that was quite interesting. Going over the area of intense aerial activity, one of the RAF ones for RAF Valley, and then we had to go over towards let's actually get this sorted out a little bit better. And then we had to go over the area across Welshpool, join up in a circuit and fly straight in to land at the airport on runway 04. And then we took off from runway 04 after having refueled our aircraft, and by that time the weather had closed in and it was a little bit cloudy when we were coming in. Just a few wisps of clouds here and there, nothing too much, but now obviously the clouds have built up quite a lot. In the last episode we saw that, and we are now sort of flying in towards Cardiff in some rain, patchy rain at the moment. It seems to be, we have rain and then it stops and then it starts again, so it is patchy rain, which is fine, and it's not too bad. The winds aren't too bad at all. The barometric pressure is 1000 millibars, which is 2985, I think. Hold on, let's find out. No, 2952. 2952, there you go. So that's our barometric pressure currently. The airspace is dead ahead of us. I assume we're going to have to squawk a frequency pretty soon, but I'm not too sure. We are holding 3,200 feet, keeping ourselves clear of the hills and the terrain all around us. This is a nice little forest here, isn't it? Is this one of the forests that the SAS train in? Possibly. And we are probably going to have to tune a different VOR pretty soon, or at least follow a different radial out from Brecon. I'm not actually using the autopilot in navigation mode. I'm doing this manually just because I think it's a little bit more fun to do it manually, and it's not really a big deal because there isn't that much traffic. We're flying VFR for the most part. We're just flying from VOR to VOR using some basic instruments, so it's pretty simple in that sense. So I'm not too worried about how I am flying. I am concerned about not having a squawk code. That is something I am concerned about. Look at that forest all the way out there. That's fantastic, isn't it? But yeah, so we'll see what happens with the squawk code. I'm assuming Cardiff is going to give me one pretty soon. I mean, Cardiff is not a quiet airport. It's not incredibly busy like London Heathrow or Birmingham or Manchester or anything like that, but it's not a quiet airport. Not by any means. Right, looks like we're going to have to change our course in a moment as we pass over the Brecon VOR, which is 3 miles away, 3 miles ahead of us. Just trying to see if I can see it anywhere. Could that be it? That there? Potentially. Yeah, it could potentially be it. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this video, and if you are, don't forget to like it. No, it's not that. It's still not 2 miles away yet. Potentially. I'm not sure. I am not sure. I don't think it is that though. But don't forget, yeah, don't forget to like the video, because that's important for me, and subscribe to the channel and sharing and all that stuff. So all that's really, really important. That's England out that way. Out and that way, that's Bristol. That's where, and we've got Cardiff ahead of us. So Cardiff there and Bristol out there. And that's the River Severn estuary right there, which we've flown over before. Though in a different simulator and in a different... I think we flew over in a 737 at one point. I think. Right, so as soon as we cross this, we are going to have to start tuning in a frequency. I'm going to swap that over, ready to tune in somebody's frequency. I'm not sure who, though. I am still not sure who. The rain is a little worse here. Visibility is slightly reduced. It's still absolutely fine, though, to fly in. Meteorological conditions. Let's get that right. Meteorological conditions. Wow. They seem to be alright, especially for a VFR landing. So we don't have a problem there. We'll be able to clearly see the runway. Not going to be an issue whatsoever. Still flying forward. And we are on... Right, now I think we should be contacting airspace here. I really do, but I'm not sure what the airspace is. And we should be getting a squawk code pretty soon too. We should be squawking 1,000... No, we should be... Is it 7,000 that we squawk in the UK? Yes, we do squawk 7,000 in the UK. That's fine. 1,200 in America, I think. So that's just the general squawk. So it's not a VFR squawk, it's just a general squawk. So it doesn't tell people that we're flying VFR, it just tells people that we're just flying. Okay. Message. We're going to have a message saying inside airspace. Inside airspace. Why are we not... No, let's not suspend that. Why are we not getting in touch with anybody? There we go. We're cleared out of some rain, as you can see. Bit of a clear patch above us. We're definitely going to be going into more rain, though. That's for sure. Just getting towards the bottom of Wales. Come on, I need to contact somebody. I can't just land at Cardiff with no contact whatsoever. Well, I could land at Cardiff with no contact whatsoever, but that's not what I'm supposed to do. Rain again? I can hear it. There we go. What would be nice is if the streaks remained a little bit after we cleared out of rain. That would be pretty nice. So if has been raining, or if streaks on windscreen remain for X number of seconds after it stops raining, just still streaking away, leave a few drops on the screen or something like that. That would be kind of cool. Still not getting in contact with anybody. That's the airport ahead of us. Slightly worried at this point in time. I am slightly worried at this point in time that we haven't got in touch with anybody, and we are entering some busy airspace. So I'm just going to keep looking left and right to see if there's any aircraft in the area. Seems to be okay. Seem to be alright on speed as well. There's the airport. I've had no prompts to do anything. And obviously I am following the prompts because I am in effect reviewing this DLC. I think that's the M4 below us. I think. Yeah, that would be the M4 below us. That's the way into Cardiff. We are now entering Cardiff restricted airspace. That's the Class D airspace we're now entering. I'm incredibly confused. Don't do that. Have a look at that again. What does that message say? Come on, click it. Click it, click it, click it. Airspace. Ahead. Inside airspace. I'm literally flying into Cardiff without any... What? I am baffled right now. Have I done something dramatically wrong? Where's Bristol? Just over there? Somewhere over there. That's all England. I feel like I must have done something really, really wrong. But I can't... Let me just press escape. What does it say? No, travel to Cardiff. It doesn't give me anything else that I've got to do. And I can't bring up the log. Oh, that's not the button I meant to press. I always like that button though. It's always been a good button for me to catch multiple views. Well, there's Cardiff. Do I just land there? Potentially? You know what I'm going to do? I am going to, at this point in time, try and get Cardiff Tower. I'm just going to see if I can get Cardiff Tower ATC. What's the frequency for Cardiff Tower? We're not going to go for St. Athens, no. No, I just want to know the frequencies. There we go. I just had the frequencies for it. Cardiff approach 119.15. Nobody. What is going on? Well, okay, then I'm just going to bring this aircraft in. What runway should I pick to land on? I'll pick... Let's bring ourselves around. I am completely confused. Let's try 125 point... what's the other one? 125.85? Anybody on there? Hang on a minute. I think I know what's happened. No, Com1 is... That can't be right. Why are my comms not working? I feel like something's actually gone wrong on the communication side. But then I should have been able to hear the person talking. Right? I'm not sure. I am not sure at all. Right, time to begin a descent. I'm just going to line up and do this myself. I'm really not sure what's happened in this part of the mission. It's like it gave me an instruction right at the start, and that was about it. So I'm going to bring myself down to, let's see, I want to bring myself down to 2,000 feet. I think I'll do that, and then, what's the runway headings in Cardiff? I don't actually know. You can probably see them if I zoom into this. There we go, that's a pretty good. That looks about right. So that's what, runway 329. Looks like it's going to be runway 29. So what's the opposite of 29? Is going to be runway 11, I think. I can't remember what the runway was. That is when I took off. The last time I took off from Cardiff. So I can't actually remember. Alright, let's bring ourselves in. Still going fairly fast, that's fine by me though. Probably slow ourselves down a little bit more. No, I don't want to level off there. I want to descend to 2,000. That's what I want to do. If that's possible, that would be pretty helpful. So I am controlling the autopilot. I am controlling the vertical speed of the aircraft with the use of the trim. So that's a military base. That's an RAF base. So we're just going to fly over that. It's not the one I want. Straighten that up a little bit more. I'm really confused. I'm not sure what's happened. I hope this counts it. Because I don't fancy doing this off camera again. I have little time as it is. I really don't fancy doing this off camera. That's a good descent. Right, let's level ourselves out now. We're still maintaining a good speed. And I will go into altitude hold now. So we'll hold that altitude now, and then we will turn in for the airport, as you can see, and then wait until we line up on the glide. And we'll switch off the autopilot completely. I am very, very confused. Very confused right now that we haven't had to contact anybody. It's as if the sim's sort of broken. I can't actually open up anything to do with ATC or anything of the sort, which is a little bit worrying. Just a little bit. At this point, I think we can bring our mixture fully up and the propeller control. Come on, propeller. That's brought the propellers up, and we will turn in now to final. Should be sort of on the right path. I think that's about right, isn't it? I am baffled. I am very, very baffled, very confused. Alright, let's see if we can just line ourselves up. We are at a nice approach speed now. And on schedule. Those lights should go 2 whites, 2 reds, as I would expect. There they go. I have control. Let's bring this aircraft down. This time I'm going to land without flaps. I don't like the flaps on this aircraft. They make the aircraft feel a bit odd. But I am so confused, and I have a feeling this isn't going to count this. I really have a feeling that this isn't going to count this. For which I am going to be... I'm very confused. I am very, very confused. But this is the second part of that second leg, and we should have been in contact with ATC already. It didn't tell us that we haven't contacted the correct ATC. In fact, it didn't tell us anything about contacting ATC. We were still on the right frequency, it seemed, with Welshpool, and then it didn't tell us to tune in anybody else, as far as I know. And normally, if I miss something, it would tell me. Right. I'll start easing off the power. Although I am fairly happy with the speedy approach, in complete honesty. I prefer the speedier approaches. They feel better in this aircraft. They really, really do. But we are going to have to slow it down. There we go. Slowing the aircraft right the way down. Using that trim to help us out here. Trying to keep a good descent rate whilst we slow down. We do have a slight crosswind, as you can see, so I am crabbing the aircraft slightly, but I do like the extra speed that we're holding with the aircraft. This runway is long enough to land a 747, so there's nothing that I have to worry about there. So the speed that we're approaching at is not a problem. And I know it can land a 747 because they bring them in here. British Airways bring the aircraft in here for maintenance, for Cat D maintenance. So there you go. Landing. Just going to ease it in over. Ooh, bit of a float. That's alright though. There we go, we're down. But now what? Oh. Now what do I do? I don't understand. There is nothing. All the instructions have disappeared. Does this count as a finished mission? I'll turn off at Delta. I'm not sure. Does this count as a finished mission? I've got no instruction from anybody, and I genuinely have no idea what's going on. It's as if the mission cancelled itself. What's happened? Alright, so I'm just going to stop it here, and then let's just stop it. No, apparently it hasn't counted that mission. Okay. Maybe if I go park somewhere else. Can I see back behind me? I can't see behind me. Not sure where to park. That's the hangars. Right, okay, so I'm going to end it there. Let's just assume that mission was completed. and I'll just move on to the next mission. Don't know what's happened. If anybody else has had this problem with this mission, do let me know in the comments box. But thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Flight Sim World. I've just realized something. I haven't lost any fuel either. I should have lost some fuel in that flight. There's no fuel been lost. Everything seems to be nominal. Yeah, it's as if something bugged out. That's really odd. Really, really odd. Right, yeah, okay. Like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this on Twitch. Please follow. Thumbs up if you can. Comments if you can on there. And hopefully I should have subscribing on there fairly soon. And do support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. I would really, really appreciate that support. It would help me out a huge amount. I really should have this mixture leaned whilst on the ground. There we go. So that would really help me out. Link to that is also in the description box below. Baffling one for me, but that's that. Next time, in the next video, we'll continue along, and this time we won't be in the RV7. We'll be in the Piper Malibu, an aircraft that I have been getting fairly acquainted with lately. We're going to be flying that, and that's going all the way to Spain over the next few episodes and the next few legs. Thank you very much for watching once again, and I will see you guys next time in Flight Sim World.